So this is Daniel 1 and 11. Then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink.
And when you look at the word prove, it means to put them to the test, man. Okay? So basically put us to the test over the period of 10 days, man. Go on.
Then let our countenances be...
So like you read that verse again.
Yeah, so verse 12. Prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink.
So basically, give us vegetables, fruits and vegetables, man, and water, okay? Go on.
Then let our countenances be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the children that eat the portion of the king's meat.
Yeah.
And as thou seest, deal with thy servants. So he consented to them in his matter and proved them 10 days.
Yeah.
And at the end of the 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the children which did eat of the portion of the king's meat.
That's that fatness in flesh, is that good skin, okay? You know, no spots, okay?
Collagen.
Shining, okay? A good amount of collagen in your skin, okay? Fairer, meaning more beautiful, and fatter in flesh, man, okay? Meaning that pulse and water did better for them than the king's meat.
It's like I said, because that word fair doesn't mean light. It's this devil mean
Light skin.
Yeah, said that it means light skin, but it means to look youthful. You know, a bit like
Glowing skin,
So verse 15. And at the end of their 10 days, their countenances appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all of the children which did eat the portion of the king's meat.
Yeah, because when you eat too much meat, man, you know, you put on weight and stuff, but also I want to talk about mentally, man.
Right.
That messes you up, man.
Yeah.
When you eat too much meat, you get angry, you can't think properly, your temper's gone, okay? But when you eat right, you know, you might be in a situation. You know, sometimes people are in situations, right? And they don't get a way out because they're not thinking straight. But then they just think, oh, I'm stupid, or this is too hard for me. It actually goes back to what you're eating, man. You're clearer in thought when you eat correctly, man. Go on.
This is Sirach 37 and 29. Be not unsatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. For excess of meat bringeth sickness, and suffereth will turn into choler.
Yeah. Because it can clog up your colon. When you eat up too much, it can slow down your digestive system, which is your colon.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of sickness happen in there.
And is it 70 or 80% of your immune system's in your colon? So once your colon's done, then you're done, basically, you know?
There's a book called The China Study, where there's my actual physicians, they went over to China, and they were wondering why, you know, these people are poor, but yet they don't have health problems like what we do over here in the West. The reason was because 90 to 95% of their diet is made out of pulse. They very seldom consume meat. The only meat they consume is like fresh fish, some chicken. They might eat some eggs.
And the proper soya, not all this processed soya. The proper organic soya is very good, and they replace it with meat instead of meat.
Yeah, exactly.
And also
they don't eat dairy either.
And whilst we're talking about food, there's actually a way to eat. Okay, do you know that the way you actually consume food can make you sick? It's in the scriptures, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus 31 and 12. It says, if thou sit at a bountiful table, be not greedy upon it, and say not, there is much meat on it.
See, that goes back to food etiquette, manners, and it also deals with health, man. You know, if you're at a table with people, and they're the first to dig in, you know. Oh yeah, taking all the food. That's embarrassing, man. You know, go on.
It says, remember that a wicked eye is an evil eye. Remember that a wicked eye is an evil thing, and what is created more wicked than an eye. Therefore it weepeth upon every occasion. Stretch not thine hand whithersoever it looketh, and thrust it not with him into the dish. Judge of thy neighbour by thyself, and be discreet in every point. Eat as it becometh a man those things which are set before thee,
Yeah.
and devour not, lest thou be hated.
Yeah, eat as it according to the man, meaning that you eat enough to do your body well, man.
Right.
All of this buffet, you
Right.
know, what they say? All you can
All you can eat, yeah.
That's demonic, man. That's actually
gluttony.
that's gluttony, but that's an actual demonic spirit, man. Okay, eat until you're sick. There's actually places in America you can eat, vomit, then go eat more. That's a spiritual problem, man.
Yeah.
Hey man, I've learned, you know, to eat, not even to be full, like,
Yeah.
just to be content. You know, you feel a lot. The thing is, you gotta understand, because your body, like the problem's going into the battles, man. Your body tells you these things, man. So when you're eating a certain amount of food, you're gonna get to that point where you know you've had enough, and then you should stop. But when you're eating certain foods, they make you feel a certain way. Don't eat them foods, no.
Yeah.
Keep reading on that.
Verse 17, Ecclesiastes 31 and 17, it says, leave off first for manners' sake, and be not unsatiable, lest thou offend. When thou sittest among many, reach not thine hand out first of all.
Yeah, man. So it's etiquette, you know, and we gonna have this in the kingdom also. We have this among the brethren anyway, but also in the kingdom, man. You know, when you're when you eat with brethren, you know, you go first, brother. No, you go first, and then one of you go give it, and next time the other one gives it. All of this, that's wicked, man.
And when you're eating, say, yo, can you pass me the knife? You know, pass me the knife, pass me the fork. Don't reach your hand over the damn table like a nigga, man.
I think as well as our people are in that mindset of some, you know, when a lot of jakes are broke, man, so they want to eat as much as they can eat when the food's in front of them. You see what I'm saying? It's that whole plantation process going on. It's in mind, man. We've got, you know, let's, you know, eat now because we never know if we're going to eat tomorrow.
Right. And
This is a scripture because this brother was talking about drinking wine in moderation and also about eating meat in moderation. So it says, for the drunk, so this is Proverbs 23 and 21. For the drunkard shall come, so it's like it. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags.
There you go. that lazy spirit, you know.
Yeah, man, you see a lot of them drunks out there, them alcoholics and that. They've got nothing to show, man. They don't even got hardly any clothes on their back. You go into their houses, there's nothing there, nothing to sit on. You know what I mean? But they got alcohol somewhere. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Verse. I saw 18 again. It says, when Ecclesiastes 31 and 18, when thou sittest among many, reach not thine hand out first of all. A very little is sufficient for a man well nurtured, and he fetcheth not his wind short upon his bed.
Yeah, when you eat too much, you know people that breathe, they actually breathe in, and that's how they sound, man. Because there's too much, man. You know? That's craziness, man. How can you eat to the point where you can't even breathe properly, man? That is straight up demonic, man. That's the actual, but that's the actual spirit of a demon through food, man. That you're putting your body at such compromise that you can't even breathe normally because you like food too much, man. Hey, there's a documentary I watched a couple of years ago with my woman about this woman over there in Haiti, and the doctors told her, you've got 4 months left. If you don't stop, you will die. And she said, oh, well, you know them Haitians, well, I love the food, so I got to eat.
That's why you got them 600-pound men and women out there that can't even move anymore. They're like, someone has to wash.
Super obese, and
Someone has to wash your ass.
My brother-in-law, right? This motherfucker's so obese, right? That he snores when he's awake. He's just chilling there. When he's breathing, he's just snoring.
Yeah, that's
You feel sick, bro. That's bad.
And that's all the arteries, all your systems just clogged, man. Anyway, back in Ecclesiastes 31. And this is going to make the point. sound sleep cometh of moderate eating.
Yeah.
He riseth early, and his wits are with him. But the pain of watching and choler and how do you say that? Choler? What's that? And pangs of the belly are with an unsatiable man.
Yeah, so all that stomach ache, okay, you know, waking up late, feeling tired. When you wake up late, when you've slept enough hours, wake up still feel tired, and all of that stuff, man. You can't think straight. What the scripture says, read that verse again where it says, his wits are with him.
Sound sleep, Ecclesiasticus 31 and 20. Sound sleep cometh of moderate eating. He riseth early, and his wits are with him.
Meaning that he's got his mind is right, man. He's got his senses. Because he's eating correct, he's eating the right amount, so he can wake up on time, okay? You know? Our people don't have this knowledge, man. You know?
No man, they're too busy eating crabs and fucking lobsters and shit. You know, the Chick-fil-A, that bullshit that's going on right now. You know what I mean?
You know, that's a crazy thing, man. And
That's got to be demonic selected. That's got to be. Like the Bible say, that's got to be a demonic spirit. The way these niggas get all excited about chicken sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because Tahar done a.
You know what I mean? It's
Because when Tahar was
next
talking,
level of foolishness.
when he done that video on the foods, he was talking about the reason why they behave like that. But they want to actually jump over the counter and fight for the food is because it's not a food. It's a drug, and they want their drug fixed. They want their fix. That's why it's like a bomb, bro.
The other thing on YouTube, man, that's my, you know, yeah, I can say it, man. Hey, when my woman watches this, it pisses me off. People have YouTube channels of where they call mukbangs.
Yeah.
They sit there and just eat crab. And it's good.
Yeah, and they film themselves.
It's like
No.
the one I put in the group chat
Yeah, I
of a woman
remember
eating
that.
a crocodile.
That's disgusting.
No, it was an alligator. She ate a roasted
That was a
alligator.
Jacob.
Yeah,
They just put the camera out there and you're just watching them eat. And they put the sauce and they get a little glass of water or some soda. And yeah, it's good.
And they got the mic so you can hear them chewing.
no.
Yeah, ASMR, you hear all the crackling of the... And it's abominable foods as well, like crab.
Always the same shit. Crabs, lobsters. I see. I think she was a Moabite, and she poured some chili sauce on some shrimps. These weren't even cooked, and the shrimps were jumping off the plate. And now you got to think about it. Even if you was eating shrimp, they clean the shrimp out because the shrimp eats it's a bottom feeder, so it's eating everything on all the shit from the other fish, all the other sea life. So but she's eating them live, so she's not even cleaning out the dirt from like the animal in the first place.
That's why all these Moabites and Ammonites, they got spots with pus coming out their face and all that shit because it's the same stuff they're eating, man. Okay,
There's more.
go on.
Verse 21 it says, if thou hast been forced to eat, arise, go forth, vomit, and thou shalt have rest.
Yeah, because it's also etiquette in Israelite culture that if somebody offers you food, you shouldn't really say no. So even if you eat it, then in that case you're allowed to vomit, okay? Because it's according to etiquette, man. That if somebody's offered you food, you ain't gonna say no, okay? That's because it's in our law that when somebody comes within your gates, their safety, their protection, their hospitality, their well-being is all on your shoulders, man. So it's up to you to feed them. It's up to you to protect them. But let's say somebody came to your house, you offer them food, all right? Or you go to somebody's house, they offer you food, but you're not really feeling for it. You're still gonna take it in that sense, and you'll eat it, man. In that case, then you rise up and you go and vomit. But if it's a thing of go to an all-you-can-eat restaurant, hey, they had that in Rome, the vomitarium. They go and eat, vomit, go back and eat again. As I said, man, that's a demon, man.
Verse 22 it says, my son, hear me and despise me not.
Yeah.
And at the last thou shalt find, as I told thee, in all thy works be quick, so shall there no sickness come unto thee. Whoso is liberal of his meat, men shall speak well of him, and the report of his good housekeeping will be believed. But against him that is a niggard of his meat,
There you go, nigga.
the whole city shall murmur, and the testimony of his niggardness shall not be doubted of.
Right.
Exactly, man. Exactly. That's self-explanatory. And even when you eat food, you're not meant to rush, man.
Yeah.
All that, I remember I was with you and Karab at the time we linked up, and you were saying, being in Esau's society, you want to rush everything.
Yeah.
That's true. Even eating, oh yeah, I got to eat quickly because there's always something to do for Esau.
Yep.
You go to work, man, you have your break time, you might have a break time in the morning, and you've got to spend time to go to where you got to go to your break, and you're hungry, you eat something, then you've got to spend that time, and he's giving you a limited amount, like the brother said, he's giving you a limited amount of time to get that done, so you've got to wolf your food down, and then you're not feeling well. I mean, that's the reason why now, at work now, I just eat at lunchtime, and that's it.
Yeah. And that's why.
And that's light food as well.
And when you actually get into it, the whole idea of breakfast, or the English breakfast anyway, that's demonic also. When you look at ancient Mesopotamian diets, which is nothing but an Israelite diet, you would eat extremely light in the morning, and then you would go to work, not eat anything, and then in the evening you would eat dinner, man. All of this, oh yeah, we're gonna have bacon, baked beans, pancakes,
Big breakfast,
waffle,
isn't
eggs. You shouldn't be doing that in the morning, man.
They tell you the breakfast is the most important meal of the
That's
day,
bullshit, man. The
They
most
tell you.
important meal of the day is your dinner, man.
And I can easily wake up and not eat like that. I can easily wait till lunchtime,
You know?
at 12, 1 o'clock and eat that.
Yeah.
As hungry as I might feel, I'm like, nah, man, I'm just hungry.
I first found out about fasting. My dad, he said he wasn't eating. I took him to the doctor, and he explained to him that he only eats in the evening. And he said it's not an illness. He said if you only eat in the evening, just carry on. Don't worry about it. You're all right. So I found out, and I think it's natural in me now. Whatever it is, I don't eat like in the early morning. I just can't. If I have to force myself, I have to force myself. But I can get away with not eating until the evening. So and doctors, they promote, good doctors. Let's say physicians. Physicians promote fasting because they know it's good to purify your body.
Breakfast comes from break fast. It's just that you break your fast with something light. In the morning you can have a little something, and then that's it for the majority of the day, man. When it's excessive eating, man, that ain't good, man. Go on.
This is back in Ecclesiasticus 31. It's 31 and 25. It says, "Show not thy valiantness in wine, for wine hath destroyed many. The furnace proveth the edge by dipping, so doth wine the hearts of the proud by drunkenness."
Yeah, exactly, man. So, like I said, or like we said earlier, you can drink wine every day, but it's all about your consumption, man. Too much wine, excessive. That's when, as the brother was saying earlier, your house is run down, your house ain't in order, you ain't got anything except for alcohol, man. You look like a mess. All you do is drink all day. Okay?
Your mind's all over the place. You can't think straight. It says, "Wine is as good as life to a man, if it be drunk moderately.
Exactly.
What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad." So there's like the scripture said, man, because these Christians will tell you shouldn't be drinking, you can't drink, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. There's nothing like the scripture just said, man.
Drink grape juice, don't drink.
There's another scripture
Yeah.
there about
Drinking all wine.
food and drink is makes it's something about it being good in life.
Psalms 104.
I think it's in Psalms.
Psalms 104. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
man. So wine is good, man.
Oh, let's get that in the Apocrypha.
being merriment is good too, man.
Yeah.
Hold that.
Especially in this place.
Get the one that says there be 6 things for a man: oil, milk, wine.
Yeah, that's the one. Psalms 104. And bread.
Let me finish this. There's a couple more verses. It says, verse 28 says, "Why immeasurably drunk, and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind." And just to make a point in that season part, because this devil wants to give you everything now. Doesn't want to, give you the produce when the seasons are at the right time.
Right.
I mean, there's a season for all the vegetables,
Yeah.
for all the fruits, even for certain animals, man. But he wants to give, because it's consumerism, he wants to give you everything now.
Yeah.
Even Yahweh Shai drank a lot of wine. You know,
Right.
to the point where they said, "Oh, he's a wine bibber." Now, Yahushua didn't drink till he got drunk, man.
Yeah.
Okay, he drunk enough to where the sorrows were handled with, but he could still operate himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the wine would have been spot on wine.
Proper wine.
Wouldn't even need to drink.
What they call organic.
We couldn't drink as much of that wine that he was drinking now.
Yeah.
You get ruined.
You know.
I believe Noah got drunk.
You know.
Yeah.
You see, that's the thing about drinking. That's the thing about the scriptures, man. You gotta have the spirit to understand. Like they say, man. Oh yeah, but Apostle Tahar said this, and Apostle Rakar said, listen, man. You have to have the spirit to filter through what the spirit's trying to get.
Right.
Otherwise, you just go with one extreme
Yep.
and go off, man.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, say for example you're drinking, yeah? It might be an accident, you might end up drunk. Okay, so what? But if it's an actual thing where you're routinely, oh yeah, I'm doing this so I can fall off, that's when it's wicked, man.
Yeah.
But if you drink to get nice, you drink to ease the pain, Yahushua did that. You know? Like the whole, like, I'm not gonna get into the whole topic, but just another example. The whole rape situation. If you don't have the spirit to understand what the teachers are saying, you're gonna actually think, okay, well according to the word then I could know, man.
Yeah.
This thing's spiritual, man.
And even on a carnal level, you should be able to understand that.
Exactly.
I just want to chime in. Yeah, Noah. The reason why he got drunk because he was in his house. He wasn't going outside.
Yeah.
Causing havoc. He was in the own proximity of his house. So
Exactly.
you can get drunk. You ain't troubling no one.
Exactly.
The thing is so lucky is that you don't need to get fucking wasted and get drunk in order to just enjoy the alcohol. For me, when I finish work, I could have just like two cans of beer, and I feel alright, I feel relaxed. That's what it takes sometimes, just two units.
In this place, man, you need something like that.
Feeling
Let me
nice.
finish this off. It says, I'll start from 28. Wine measurably drunk and in season bringeth gladness of the heart and cheerfulness of the mind, but wine drunken with excess maketh bitterness of the mind, with brawling and quarrelling.
So like, hold, so like, we're gonna read that again. This came to my mind. There's a Latin phrase, in vino veritas, okay, which means in wine is truth. Alright? When you get, that's how you know if somebody's really righteous or not. Okay? If you get a little bit nice, you might be saying stuff all bubbly and stuff, but if it's truth that's coming out of your mouth, then you know what's inside of you is truth.
Right.
But when somebody gets a little bit drunk and they start talking all kind of, like say a man of the Lord, yeah, he gets a little bit drunk and then he starts talking all kind of madness, there's no truth in him.
Right.
The wine is bringing out the truth, man.
Listen, a person will tell you the next day when they've exposed you the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the drink.
No, it was
man,
you.
It was the drink.
Hey, nigga, that was
the drink
you.
brought the truth out.
Yeah.
That's what you were thinking. It's like that's what you were thinking.
Yeah.
The scriptures say, from the abundance of the heart, the mouth
Speaks.
speak.
Yeah.
So whatever's on your mind, you know, that's gonna come out. Whatever you say.
Yeah, man. Like there's a story of the Sephardic rabbi, which we keep getting into recently. Sephardic Jews actually go back to Judah. They're actually real Jews. Okay, there was a story of one time this rabbi got drunk. So his students were looking at him like, "Ooh, he's drunk. What's he gonna say?" But nothing but wisdom was coming out of his mouth.
Right.
Because in his drunkenness, all he knew was righteousness, man.
Right.
But if inside of you is wickedness, when you're drunk, as the brother said, that wicked truth is gonna come out about you, man. You know?
Couple more verses is done. Verse 30 it says, drunkenness increaseth the rage of a fool till he offend, and it diminisheth strength and maketh wounds. Rebuke not thy neighbour at the wine, and despise him not in his mirth. Give him no despiteful words, and press not upon him with urging him to drink.
Exactly, man. It says despise not his mirth. Now that's talking about, now when you drink, you might get a little bit silly. And that's alright, you might get nice, man. That's fine. That's actually fine, you know. But it's when it goes a step too far and it's like you're off your face now, that's when it's like, come on, man. That's why if you can't control your liquor, then it's best not to drink, you know. Go on.
Just 2 points I want to make. What you're talking about when people speak when they're drunk, that's why it's called spirits, because the spirit comes forth when they're drinking the spirits. And also, this is Proverbs 20 and verse 1. It says, wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise.
Yeah, man, so, that wine, I think, no, that's actual physical wine.
Oh, okay.
That's not, yeah. Yeah, that wine is a mocker, man. If you can't handle it, it's all about mastery, man. If you can't handle certain things, then it's just going to play you out. Like this truth, man. If the spirit's not with you on a level to, like this truth can be likened unto a good wine.
Right.
Right? If you ain't got the ability to handle it, you're going to end up mocking yourself, man. Case in point, right now, Zabak, man, he can't handle the idea that the mark of the beast, all right, is what? The RFID chip. It's right now, it's above him, man. So he's you know, handling himself with that bottle, but he can't handle it. So what's going on? He's getting all crazy with it, like a drunk man.
He actually did come out and say, in a roundabout, in his own proud way, he may be led to it.
It's not good enough, man.
And Apostle Tahar was saying that, he said that he's saying it is, but there's a little bit more to it. So what he was saying was that, what Apostle Tahar was saying was that he can't admit it because of his pride.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I was going to say, man. It's just down to his pride. Now, he knows what it is, but he can't admit it because he spent too long telling people that it's a philosophy, it's Christianity, he's trying to separate the image and the mark, man. Well, it's all the same thing anyway.
And the scriptures say that you shouldn't add or take away from the scriptures, man.
This is the one that I want.
So if you're saying, oh yeah, well it is the chip, but then there's something else you're adding, man.
Right.
Simple as
Let me
go.
just quickly bring this out. Ecclesiastes 2:24 says, there is nothing better for a man than he should drink and eat, and that he should make his soul enjoy good in his labour. This also I saw that it was good from the hand of Yahweh.
Yeah.
So the Lord made these things for us to enjoy, man. What's the purpose of them being here? But like, as we're going into this, about balance.
Yeah. If your focal point is serving the Most High, that's what it goes into saying. As long as you're serving the Most High, it's good for you to do that. But if you're not doing that, you'll end up. It's all vanity. Yeah.
For who, verse 25. For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I? For Yahweh giveth to a man that is good in his sight. That is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and heap up, that he may give to him that is good before Yahweh. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So basically what you was going into, if you're in the right spirit, like the brother already said, the food and the drink, the wine is good, man. And like what you were talking about the rabbi, nothing wicked came from the rabbi because he was being righteous, man. So even when he was drunk, you know, no wickedness could come out from him.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes, you know, if you're around the brothers and you get a bit tipsy, whatever, you might just turn to your brother, I love you, brother, love you, all this stuff, and just express your love for them. Because that was what was in you anyway.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Drunk is not even the right term, because that sounds like you're not right. That's what Esau come up with that drunk. I'm gonna look up the word actually.
Sounds like you're not in control.
Yeah.
So this is First Timothy 5:23. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake, and thine often infirmities.
Yeah, so, you know, what are Christians talking about when you say, oh yeah, don't drink wine? Oh yeah, it was grape juice they had. Every excuse under the sun, man. That's what I'm saying, man.
It's false righteousness anyway, man. You're talking all that shit, and through the week you're doing all your wickedness, and then going to church on Sunday talking about we mustn't drink, you know what I mean, we mustn't do this, we mustn't do that.
You don't drink, but you're committing adultery, like.
That interview with that name I'm not going to mention with Volker Malone, when he was being interviewed, he said, what you lot do, you go to church, you sing prayers, and after church on Sunday you drink and you vomit all over yourself. I would laugh. And Volker Malone had to kind of like smile about that.
That's the thing, man. It all goes back to understanding, man. Understanding how to use the elements, how to use certain foods and drink. Spiritual matters, man. You know? Read that again about not a little wine.
1 Timothy 5:23. Drink no longer water, but use a little wine for thy stomach's sake, and thine often infirmities.
Yeah, because wine actually helps with some sicknesses, man. Okay? And it eases the pain.
Yeah.
And the sorrow of things as well, man. You know? So we're instructed to drink a little wine, man.
It's good for a lot more things. When I read up on it, because I come out of that Caesar Borgia vibration, I read up on it, I kept hearing about it, ignoring it. I read up on it,
There's a lot of benefits of wine,
and I read up on it, and I said, raw, what would
especially red wine.
I'm supposed to be a physician. I never knew about red wine.
You know? Even good for your hair and stuff like that. Also, example, like animals are in their right order. Even dogs, man. When dogs are sick, what do? They chew the grass, man. Okay? Because it's all about alkalinizing your body, man. Any sort of sickness goes back to the balance. Remember, we're talking about the war. It goes back to the balance being unjust. Therefore, you start feeling these different sicknesses, man.
Let's not forget about the hemp as well, man, because the hemp is another one of those herbs that's misused.
Right.
You know?
As marijuana.
Look what it does for a lot of these, like, was it epilepsy?
Yeah.
Epilepsy.
Epileptic fits.
Even what's the problem?
Sickle cell.
Yeah,
Sickle cell. Arthritis.
Yeah, all them things, man.
All forms
A lot
of pain,
things, a lot
yeah.
of things that's good for. You know, but he's just put that, he's criminalised it, and obviously you've got too many of these cats out there misusing it, and now you haven't even got natural strains of it anymore. It's all
Sprayed up.
mixed up and mashed up, and you know that's another thing he's got, mixing up the seeds.
Synthetic. You got the synthetic now, which is bad for you.
Like that marijuana, man. When you boil that and drink that as a tea,
Yeah. I saw.
if there are any clogs in your arteries, man,
Yeah.
a 1 cup of that will clean you out.
Yeah, you can buy the tea as a tea. You can buy it as a tea. About £7. Marijuana tea in Whole Foods.
You know?
It's worth it. It's worth it.
Just back on the topic of food. So Deuteronomy 14:3, thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. These are the beasts which you shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, the roebuck, the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the pyron, it's like the pygog, and the wild ox, and the chamois.
Yeah, man. And let's get that part where it says you can eat those animals which chew the cud and the hoof. The hoof divided. Because you got
There's all sorts. There's plain reasons why the Heavenly Father put the laws on these things and told us to eat certain things and not to eat other things, man. And you could say that it's just down to what He wants, but ultimately, which is the truth anyway. But it's down to like the swine, for example, man. Swine is that's like the cleanser of the farm, man.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It goes around and it eats up all the muck,
Yeah.
all the shit, you know what I mean? That's why you're not supposed to, and all the toxins that it collects inside its body, it goes into the flesh, man.
And guess what? The swine, aside from shitting, it has no sweat glands.
Yeah.
So all those toxins stay in
in the
that
flesh.
in that pig, man.
And another reason why you're not supposed to eat the duck and the swans and the ducks and the chicken, because it has its feet, it scratches for the food. So these are talking about animals that are more picky about what they're eating, whereas the ducks, man, they eat anything. They'll eat slugs, snails, whatever. So that whole you are what you eat. It's the same thing with the animals, man. Whatever they're eating is going into their flesh. That's why you're not supposed to eat, as we went into, the mollusks, man, or the crabs and the lobsters, because they're eating nothing but shit.
So Leviticus 11:1, the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron, saying unto them, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, these are the beasts which ye shall eat among all the beasts that are on the earth. Whatsoever part of the hoof and is cloven footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, ye shall not eat that of which that chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as the camel. Because he cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof, he is unclean unto you.